Braxton from Life Beyond Conviction. Uh, this week's topic is something pertinent to some news I just received. Now, I just shared um, a little tidbit about the Earth's rotation speeding up, and I thought, hey, what better topic than this, right? Due to the weather change. Now, since I got that news and shared it, the flood in New York and Jersey took place. Okay. And I remember hearing people say, it's flooded here before, but never like this. That's the key for me. When I hear that, we ain't never seen it like this. And I'm quite sure from the footage I saw carrying storage tankers down the street, I mean, streets being rivers. We talking about the subway systems of New York, Manhattan, New York, New York. I mean, my God, total devastation. And then they were like, oh, in the coming week or a couple of days, the temperatures will be up in the triple digits. It's going to be, heat, a heat wave coming through here. And these people just had, feces water, sitting in their house and stuff. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But another thing, I remember hearing that the flood in Texas went 20 feet in about 95 minutes. And a couple days later, a flood happened in Mexico, right? Another devastating flood happened in Mexico. And that flood went 20 feet in 30 minutes. This is, I mean, they said they just noticed in 2020 that the earth was speeding up, but I mean, weather has definitely been different. And I don't know how you recover from it's happening here, it's happening there, it's happening here. And these renovations are in the millions. I mean, this is total devastation. This just isn't bad weather. This is total devastation. And I mean, people should be outraged in a way because because I know what they're going to put it on Mother Nature. Perfect scapegoat, perfect cop out. Mother Nature just do what she do. Sometimes you can't prepare. There's nothing you could do. Is it that? Or is the infrastructure aging? I don't know. I mean, maybe we should pull our military back here, state, home side, and work on some of this infrastructure. Like, new levees, right? New storm drainage pumps in New York. I don't know, because it seems like if Mother Nature right now, we the biggest, baddest bully on the block, right? Ain't no bombs coming over our head, not since Pearl Harbor, right? But when Mother Nature says, I'm going to give you a little bit more rain than I normally do, that's really it. I'm going to give you a little bit more rain than I normally do. And how about I make this wind a little bit stronger than it normally is? And we messed up. Mother Nature right now is our greatest enemy. It's our greatest threat. Why don't we bring our troops home and prepare for that? Because people are in total loss here. This is crazy. I don't know. I've been kind of like obsessed with it lately, this weather. And my God, Mother Nature is, I mean, she on one, ain't she? And she doing it like, yo, y'all do a lot down here on Earth to mess stuff up. How about I join in the fun, right? You know what I mean? You got ballistic missiles, nuclear weapons. We doing all kind of stuff down here though, right? But then when she get involved, you know what I mean? Then everybody, oh, we don't know what to do. Well, I mean, man, hey, it's something to watch. It's something to see. But what if the money is being spent in the wrong area on jets and fighter jets and and missiles and funding this and that. And yet we're not prepared. And it's obvious. If we get a little bit more rain and snow and wind than we normally used to getting, man, y'all better, I don't know what we gonna do, right? I'm in this too. So far, so good. Always 10 make the best man, click, click. So far, it's okay being in Ohio, right? And and my heart goes out to people, I don't mean no jokes like in that way, but my heart goes out to you because I don't want that to happen in here, right? I don't want to have to go through that. Nobody does, so I'm looking at what's up, country. Yeah, government. I'm looking at are we ready for the change in the weather patterns and whatnot? Like when when water get to, rising like that, wherever you at, wherever you located. I mean, next to the ocean, rivers, like this is crazy. So, I mean, that's why this topic is the world of tomorrow and the era of the shortened day and what that really means. Because I think there's a connection to the shortened day, okay, and the weather. So, uh, I just want to, like I said, I've been obsessing with this. So I just want to introduce some or share some information that I got, about the future and this phenomenon. Now, imagine waking up to a world that feels the same, okay, but is in fact spinning faster. And like I said, it's not fiction, right? Now, on that day, that was July 9th, it sped up a little bit, but it's not done because they said that it's going to increase again on the 22nd of this month and again on the 5th of August. Now, it may seem small because it's just milliseconds. I think we're going to go from like 1.53 to 1.61 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. You look it up. Now, but what if this trend continues? Aha, that's what we're going to just play with today. How will it change the way we live, age, and even grow? That's what this episode of Life Beyond Conviction is going to explore. The future of parenting in a world that's shifted, literally. What happens to puberty in our children? You know what I'm saying? Will they age faster? Will generations shrink? And what lessons do we pass on when it already feels like we're running out of time? It's just going by a little bit quicker. This one's personal for me and should be for you as a father of 5 and a grandfather now, watching the future rush toward my little ones faster than we ever imagined. Now, what happens when the earth spins faster? Let's break this down, okay? Now, our grandchildren are now adults. This is the year 2095. The world they live in still spins on its axis, but faster than ever. The 24-hour day, once taken for granted, is now a relic of the past. The rapid increase in Earth's rotation in its speed has shortened each day by 2 full hours. This subtle change began in our lifetime and was initially shrugged off, but over time, the consequences began to stack up. Days are now 22 hours long. The biological chaos. Sleep cycles are off. Humans evolved to function on a roughly 24-hour circadian rhythm. But now, people are trying to rest, work, and raise families in a world that's out of sync with their internal clocks. Your grandchildren wear neural rhythm regulators, a kind of temporal pacemaker that emit light pulses to help recalibrate their brains daily. Without it, many people develop temporal fatigue syndrome, a condition marked by disorientation, anxiety, and chronic exhaustion. Hmm. Geophysical consequences. A faster rotation means the Earth bulges more at the equator due to centrifugal force. Sea level shift. Coastal cities like New Orleans and Lagos are partially submerged, but new megacities emerge on higher inland ground. Your family might live in one of these domed smart cities powered by sun, wind, and kinetic energy. Gravity feels slightly weaker at the equator, making some people taller over generations. And athletic training facilities, get this, Earth speed adaptation labs simulate 24-hour days to give elite athletes a competitive edge in global sports. Timekeeping is rewritten. Hours are now measured differently. Your grandchildren no longer work 9 to 5. They work 6 to 3 or 5 to 1. Schools, businesses, and transit schedules run on sync time, a new global timekeeping standard created to harmonize society with the shortened day. Old traditions like prayer times, Shabbat observance, and sleep rituals are reinterpreted to fit the new clock. There are cultural wars over this. Some resist, some adapt, some thrive. Satellites and tech disruptions. The change in rotation has wreaked havoc on GPS, satellites, and orbital mechanics. Entire constellations of satellites have to be relaunched to adjust for new geospatial realities. Our grandchildren will grow up in a digital renaissance. Artificial intelligence manages food systems, drone deliveries, even justice systems. But it's also a time of deep surveillance as governments use time-based behavior tracking to monitor citizens. Now, let's go back to our children and their aging, our grandchildren and their aging, what that's going to look like. Getting into the circadian rhythm and the disruption and what that means. The biological disruption it's going to cause, right? Because our bodies rely on this 24-hour circadian rhythm. It's a built-in clock tied to the Earth's rotation, right? Now, and it regulates sleep and wake cycles, hormone production, melatonin, cortisol, estrogen, testosterone, cell repair and regeneration, metabolism, and immune function. When days shrink from 24 to 22, or even shorter, the body may struggle to keep pace. If adaptation fails, here's what could happen. Chronic fatigue or insomnia, earlier onset of puberty in some children due to melatonin disruption. I won't get into that. They'll get into that a little bit later. Accelerated or uneven aging as the body struggles to complete essential nighttime repair cycles. Shorter lifespans over generations, though this might be offset by medical advancements. Puberty, earlier, faster, or delayed. Which one, right? Puberty is largely controlled by the brain's hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, which is very sensitive to light exposure, stress, nutrition, sleep patterns. In a world of shorter days and possibly artificial lighting environments, like living in the climatic-controlled domed cities or vertical arcologies, children may hit puberty, watch this, earlier, due to overstimulation and melatonin suppression from artificial light, faster, as endocrine systems adapt to compressed biological clocks, or in some cases delayed or inconsistent due to environmental stress and sleep disruption. Your grandchildren might start puberty at 8 or 9. Your grandchildren might start puberty at 8 or 9 and be fully developed by 12. Your grandson might show hormonal spikes as early as 10 due to new light-based cycles that their bodies will be exposed to. How will they age? Right? That's the next, that's the big thing here. Like if the earth is speeding up, like what is actually gonna happen to to us? You know what I mean? Like how is it gonna affect us? And now they won't necessarily age faster in the traditional sense, but they may feel like life is going by faster. You already do. This is terrible. And their bodies may process biological events in a compressed way, such as shorter recovery windows, increased wear on the nervous system, faster metabolism, leading to earlier burnout or hormonal exhaustion. Tech enhanced aging support, like implants that regulate melatonin or stem cell boosters to compensate for shortened rest cycles. Imagine a 45-year-old who looks 60, not from poor health, but from a life running on a permanently faster treadmill. Ooh. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Did I say? Yeah, I think I said that they said it's going to go up again on August 5th, up to 1.61 milliseconds. I think I know I said it. This is bad. And with the weather, speaking on the weather, and and yeah, and so uh I honestly um I don't know, like I said, I've been obsessing with it, you know, and all the things that means, all the implications, what happens to the culture, relationships, the legacy. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. When we talk about our grandchildren, you know what I mean? The legacy. How will family bonds shift when life speeds up? Will relationships get shorter? Will parenting feel rushed? Will AI or biohacking extend rest periods? You may need to protect sacred slowness, meals, walks, storytelling. Those will be more important than ever. So that brings me to the next thing. What can we do? You know what I mean? What are some of the things we can do? Something that I've been into lately is meditating, mindfulness and breathing, even, especially in a faster world. Anchor your family in rhythm, faith, prayer, whatever it is, routine, love. Give your children tools to track inner time, not just digital time. Preserve legacy, write letters, leave stories, build emotional clocks for your family to inherit. In a world that might be spinning out of control, your job is to plant something still. You hear me? A root, a story, a rhythm. Right? And to close out, my closing reflection is what I know, even if the earth is going to turn faster, wisdom, love, and legacy move at their own pace. What you teach your kids, what you leave your grandchildren, isn't bound to hours or seconds. It's bound to meaning. So even if the sun sets a little sooner, make sure what you build lasts a little longer. Right? If this episode stirs something in you, leave a comment, share it with another parent or grandparent. And don't forget, our legacy is not in how fast we move, but in how deep we grow. I'm out till next time.